Hey everyone, welcome back to another Sims 4 mod review. Today we're going to be doing the Expanded Mermaids mod by Spinning Plum Bobs. I know I said his name correctly, so that I'm not worried about. But this mod completely revamps mermaids in The Sims 4. I know when Island Living came out, I feel like a lot more people were expecting a lot from the mermaids, and we kind of didn't get that much. I mean, we got a lot, but we didn't get too much on the mermaid side, I feel like. the occult was kind of let down. I'm a big occult player, so I was a little bit disheartened to see, what the mermaids actually got in the expansion pack. This mod, however, fixes all of that, and there's so much I might have to make a part 2 on this mod review. But today we're going to be focusing on the mermaid itself. There are 2 things that you can do, well actually 3 things. You can have your Sims turn into a mermaid like in base game, but in this mod it adds just a little bit more of a couple steps to get there, like becoming a mermaid from your Sims. You can have your mermaids that are just, from the occult, or you can have a thing called a sea witch or a mermaid witch. But with that, I think I might make a video on that because that is a whole other beast within this mod. So today we're just going to be focusing on the mermaids and maybe Sims turning into mermaids and go from there. If you want a part 2, let me know. I'll be happy to make it, but let's jump into the mod and see how it works in game. We are now in game. I do have my test subject here. I actually downloaded a Sim that is technically not a mermaid yet. She's still a Sim. I thought she had the occult for it, but she doesn't. But to show you first though, if you click on the water, there's a couple new interactions to the game. First of all, you can now scuba dive kind of wherever with your Sims. With the rebreather, you'll need to buy the rebreather for them, and you can also snorkel freely. I know there's also another mod with Little Miss Sam where she made a snorkel everywhere mod, but if you just download this one, you also get a whole bunch of other stuff for your mermaids, but you can also snorkel freely wherever, which is nice. In the base game with just Island Living, you can't do that. You have to snorkel at the buoys right here, but here you can do literally anything now, which is quite cool. You can scuba dive, you can do a bunch of stuff, but the first thing that we need to do is I believe there are mermaid skills on here. So there's a mermaid rank and a mermaid XP. Those both are when you turn into a mermaid that you'll have to gain the skills to get access to more of the interactions throughout the mod. But the first thing that we should probably do is go to the computer. Hopefully there is a computer in here. I just downloaded this house, so I don't know exactly what's in here. It is titled the Mermaid Shack. I looked it up and it was the first one on the gallery. So if you did want to download it, just type in Mermaid Shack and it'll pop up. But I believe you need to buy the mermaid. There's mermaid mythology books that you can also purchase as well. Here, your Sims will learn about the mermaid mythology, and as they learn about them, they can get more interactions through the mod. So we'll go ahead and purchase all 3 of these, and I'll go ahead and have her read one of them. The first one, obviously, hold on, let me make sure that this is the first one. Okay, it is. And they can learn about the sea salt bomb recipe. Yes, they can also learn recipes on here and craft them, with also the sea witch portion of the mod, which I probably will be doing a part 2 for that. You can also craft potions and stuff like that, which is quite cool because you can literally make a whole siren in The Sims. But let's learn about this recipe. The more they learn, again, the more they will be able to research stuff and become a mermaid. Normally, if you wanted to become a mermaid on The Sims, you would have to go into here. Let me show you real quick so that we're all on the same page. You would click on the reward store and you would buy, mermaidic kelp is what you would do to turn into a mermaid. But on here, you can get what is called a gillyweed or something like that and turn into a mermaid that way. I'm not really sure what she's doing, because we still need to learn about this stuff. But she learned a new recipe. Sienna just learned how to make a special sea salt bath bomb. It's no secret that the ocean is full of precious minerals and a dash of mystery, so a bath bomb infused with sea salt and nutrient-rich kelp is sure to leave the skin feeling soft and hydrated, especially for those who call the sea home. So that's quite nice. She learned how to make a sea salt bath bomb, and I'm sure if we click on the ocean, now we get a dive for kelp. So she can now dive for kelp in The Sims. So I'll have her do that if she stops reading her book. So as we read a little bit more, she learned a couple new recipes, which is this ambergris wax recipe and then this seafair perfume recipe. So let's go ahead and learn about this wax recipe. Okay, well, she learned it, and hold on. Sienna just learned how to use an ambergris. To make a special type of wax, the ambergris needs to be clarified and reduced juice over the stove, but the final product is a firm wax that can be used to protect from a potentially deadly siren song or any other unpleasant mystical vocalizations. So that would be a perfect recipe, maybe if you don't want your Sims to turn it into a mermaid, and you can use that to kind of ward off those sirens. If you're playing on like a, you know, a big occult legacy thing, there might be a lot of mermaids in your world. You might want to be careful. And then I'm trying to get her to get in the water, but she is refusing my demands. Oh, now she's doing it. So we are collecting some kelp. We're diving for kelp. Again, the more fitness level that they get in the water is the better. But now we got some kelp over here, and it's sea lettuce. The deeply green saltwater seaweed is typically found in warm tropical climates. Yeah, it's literally just a little explanation for the seaweed. I'm gonna have her read a little bit more of this book so that we can cultivate the recipe to make her a mermaid. So if something interesting pops up, I will be back. Okay, so here we go. It's the gillyweed. This is what I was trying to look up because this is what will make you turn into a mermaid, I'm pretty sure. Gillyweed is a very special variety of aquatic plant with seemingly magical qualities. On my voyages through the Cimmerian Sea, I would use nets to catch fish and earn my subsistence. However, upon inspecting the day's catch one evening, I discovered a small piece of seaweed tangled into a bite-sized ball. It didn't look very appetizing, but it had a peculiar glow. I decided to risk illness for the sake of scientific discovery. Moments after consuming the slimy thing, I felt my feet extend into powerful flippers. The skin between my fingers fused and a set of gills split open from my neck. It was glorious, riding the waves like one of those the mermaids. Sadly, however, the effects lasted a more few hours and never again found another piece of gillyweed. As well, I nearly drowned when my gills sealed over, but the experience was truly worth it. I bet. That sounds like a great experience, and I would love to have that same experience. So let's go do this. We're gonna search for gillyweed now, and on the mod review that I watched of it, they said the more you eat it, the more effects will happen. So this is a learning experience for all of us. This is like my first time doing gameplay with it, so hopefully she finds something, because just gonna have her search for it. She's gonna eventually love the water. Okay, so we got the piece of gillyweed. I'm gonna have her come back over here to eat some. We got 2 of them, which is good, but you'll actually see what happens. It kind of freaked me out when I saw it for the first time, I'm not gonna lie, but she's gonna eat the gillyweed, and then yeah, this is what's gonna I mean, look at her feet. I can't. No, I can't. That just looks so weird, but it lasts for 3 hours. But look at this creepy thing. She's got some more things that we can do now, because technically we're kind of inhabiting that mermaid-esque thing. So she can now fetch for fish, explore around the surface, and do a couple other things. But I do want to point out how they swim is quite frightening. I mean, it's very good animations, I won't lie to you, but it is also quite creepy. I mean, look at this. It doesn't look right. It looks weird. Anyways, she's enjoying her life as a mermaid, but I'm pretty sure, again, it only lasts for so long before it's gone. Okay, so after we kind of read the books and stuff, I basically just kind of cheated her into a mermaid just to make this video a little shorter. But basically, after you read those books, your Sims will become a master in mythology. They'll know pretty much everything to do with mermaids, and they can pretty much craft like some potions and stuff to help ward off from mermaids or sirens or whatever. So that particular one is more used for your Sims staying Sims. I would assume that you could still purchase that mermaidic kelp for 500 points in the reward shop, and it's pretty simple to get up to 500 for the reward store. So if you pick an aspiration that your Sims can get through pretty easily, you can just change them into a mermaid through there. But we are now a mermaid, and we have a little bit more options now, and the more fitness levels you get up, you'll have more options within the actual ocean. But you can do a couple newer things, again, like fetching for the fish. Your Sims will be able to catch fish. I know they were always allowed to dive like deeper. They can also sleep below the surface, and again, this was all here before. But again, I think I'm just going to cheat her fitness level up because I do want to show you everything that they can do. So we'll just do that, and now we can pretty much do whatever. So let's go ahead and dive deeper. I want to see what that looks like. So she is now diving deep. I don't know where she went though. Also, I did want to point out that on these skills, again, with the mermaid XP and the mermaid rank, the more you work on those, the higher your mermaid will get in ranking, ranking, the more they can do, as well as your XP. Is they use their ability and embraces their fishy half, they will increase their XP, which allows perks to be gained. So I'm just gonna make this, so this is 1 through 3. I'll just put her on level 2 for this one. This mermaid rank, however, is 1 through 5, so you can kind of pick and choose. Again, I'm using UI cheats for this, so if you want to increase them yourselves, you can use UI cheats, or I'm pretty sure you can go on the expanded mermaid cheat menu. So, oh, she's back. Perfect, because I was going to show you guys something. If you type into the cheat bar, the Control Shift C, the little window, like this window will pop up. All you got to do is type in testing cheats on, and it will turn on. Now, I already turned them on, so I'm not going to type that in, but you just type that in, and then you shift click on your Sims, and this little expanded mermaid cheats window will pop up. And because she's a mermaid, she's got a little bit more options than if your Sims was just a regular Sim, but you can basically choose from all of these. He did put a lot of cheats into this, so you should be all right with your cheats on this. And you can remove your weaknesses if you don't want your Sim to have any weaknesses. You can also select perks on here, or if you did want them to have weaknesses, you can select them through this window as well. But we'll go ahead and just work for our perks. She's swimming, but I need her to stop. So if you click on your Sim, there will be this little mermaid icon on here, and here you can, there's a little bit more that you can do. And our perks, our XP isn't high enough, but I can fix that. So now Sienna just gained enough experience as a mermaid to select a perk. She can continue to perform mermaid activities to build her rank and unlock more impressive perks, or she can choose one from the mermaid pie menu. Okay, so now let's click on our Sim, and we'll click on this perk menu here. You do have to be level 3, but I just cheated it for the mod review purposes. Here is where you can choose so many perks on here. I mean, some of these I was reading and I was just like, it's pretty cool. You can literally live out your H2O mermaid. I don't know if you guys watched the show. I was a big H2O mermaid fan. You can literally have a whole H2O mermaid series with this mod. But anyways, you can click on so many different things. Like the first one is this hydrokinesis, manipulate water, condense it from thin air, or absorb it from a hydration boost with the power of hydrokinesis. There's then cryokinesis, where you can give enemies a cold shoulder or something slick to slip on with the power of cryokinesis. You know, it's literally like you're playing waterbender on here. You have a couple other ones like this H2O efficient. H2O efficiency grants superior water retention and bladder control. Sienna will no longer need to worry about using the bathroom and will lose hydration at a slower rate, which is quite nice, especially for mermaids. You can also have this like siren voice. Like I'm literally saying you guys can become like a whole, you can have a whole siren thing on here as well with an angelic tone and the clarity of a bell. Sienna's voice will tantalize and inspire. Her singing will enamor anyone nearby and make them more accommodating. But there is one that is like my favorite one, which is this tidal terror, and it is become an aquatic menace by manipulating the currents and a Sim to overpower and drown them. Now, if that's not the greatest thing you've ever read, I don't know what is. I know there's a perk, there's a weakness as well, where if your Sim is swimming around, they become like a danger to society basically. And if they swim around Sims, it will cause them to like lose their swimming skill essentially and like cause them to drown. But here we have to be a level 5 on that mermaid rank. So let's just grab one that's not as, that we can just grab right now. Some of them you'll need to have a higher mermaid rank to get the option for it. But I think we'll just go with this siren voice right here. Now she's singing, but I wonder if there's a Sim nearby that we can mess with. It's not looking good for us. I don't see anyone around. So I haven't really been able to find a Sim around us, but I figured we could probably go and catch some fish due to the fact that she is a mermaid. So we can see what that looks like. Now she's swimming, trying to look for fishes. Or is she just swimming around? Okay, she was not catching fishes. She was just swimming around. I did click on for the fetch fish. Okay, we did get a couple. So we got this parrotfish and then this mahi, and we can eat it raw. I mean, because she is a mermaid, so she'll just eat the fish. She's like, I don't even know why I put on a proper mermaid thing for her and she is not wearing it. Give me, wait, there's a person. Hold on. Let me put on some clothes for her because we'll put that clothes on. And then there was a person. She was walking. You guys saw that little interaction on there. It's turning into night. Oh wait, here he is. You know what we'll do? We'll swim here. No, they just, it's like they know I'm coming. Discuss world peace. He's got to stay there if I'm talking to him. Okay, I think she's swimming over. Hold on. Okay, yes, she is here. And I'm pretty sure we can do our little siren. Yeah, a siren lullaby. So here's a couple different ones. Let's just do this Charmer's lullaby. It does take their hydration from them, which is this little bar right here. So if your Sims are low on that, you might want to be a little careful. But she's singing to him now, and now he's flirty. But if we did like another lullaby, we could do like this night requiem. I don't know what that does, but let's test it out. As you can see, as she's singing, her hydration is going down. If you haven't played with mermaids, just when you get that, when you try and get it back up, they'll just you need to put them in the water like a bathtub. I think this just makes them like tired. But anyways, you can have your Sims become a full-on siren if you wanted to, but I think I'm just gonna send her back home. And there's a few other things I wanted to show you. Also, the other thing too is, but going back to the other thing as well, is your Sims can also learn like concoctions by either using the mixology station or like the stove and stuff. Like I was said in the beginning, the more recipes you learn, the more your Sims can craft, but also mermaids can craft some stuff as well. If you become a sea witch, you can craft like more recipes and like sell them and stuff like that, become like a proper witch. There's a few other things I wanted to show you guys. I just can't remember them. Oh, let me show you guys the weakness one. If we go into our mermaid, no, not that one. I'm just gonna go ahead and click on this, and then we'll hit select weakness. This will all pull up for their weaknesses of things that, like, if you guys played with like vampires and stuff before, you know that every time you take a perk, it's like the more perks you take, eventually you'll have to take a weakness. And so this is like kind of one of those scenarios. You don't have to essentially take a weakness. You can delete it if you don't want your Sims to have any weaknesses, but this does, you know, add a little bit to the game of like, if you take this, you know, you're gonna have to, you know, have a weakness with it. But I think it was this sensitive scales one. Sienna will be extra sensitive to contact with water, causing her tail to appear when the rain or having any other exposure to H2O. Now this reminded me of H2O mermaids, because in the show, if they were like around water, or like if they got touched by water or something like that, their tail would like just appear. And this was the other one that I was saying with the water demon. Sienna will be a danger to nearby Sims while swimming, causing them to get fatigued and be at high risk of drowning. So if you really did want your Sims to be like a mermaid killer, that'd probably be like the perfect one. But let's go ahead and do the sensitive scales one, and I will show you how it works. So I'm gonna buy a water sprinkler. So I bought this sprinkler from the seasons pack, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. And so we'll have her walk over to the sprinkler using that sensitive scales thing. And as she gets close to the water, maybe she's get a little closer. Go get into the water. Okay, she's now standing like directly in the water. Maybe if she plays in it, I don't know. Oh, here we go. So now, because it's like a full-on H2O scene, like it's crazy. But now because she's got that sensitive scale thing, you got to be careful with water, or like even taking showers and stuff, because they could just, their tails might just appear because they are sensitive to that stuff. But if you didn't want to have that happen and choose another weakness, you could do that. If I just go back into the, she's gonna have to take a minute. So it's a forced transformation, and then you'll have to wait for them to kind of like get past all of that, and then once they're done, they come back into their human form. And let's see what another weakness would do. Select weakness, and then oh, this is bad. The fish are friends. Sienna will feel guilty when eating seafood and become sad when seeing mounted fish, but she'll also have much better conversations with their aquatic friends. Let's try this one, because I know mermaids can talk with dolphins, and I love that. It was always one of my favorite features with the pack, that they could become best friends. But I mean, it doesn't really make sense. If you're a mermaid, you know, you're supposed to be friends with the fish, not eat them. I mean, I guess if you're a siren, you might not care about it. You might just be like, you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna eat some fish. But I would like to think that Sienna likes fish. Anyways, I'm trying to get a dolphin and she's not listening to me. All over Azure dolphin. Now this does take hydration away, but because we're in the water, it really shouldn't be much. But here's a dolphin, and you can like talk to them. I feel like I'm at SeaWorld. You can playfully splash them, but at least the dolphins are in the wild here. Like if they didn't want to talk to me, they could leave. And now we can request a trick. We can do like a belly rub. I love dolphins so much. Where did it go? See, so I'm telling you, she left. My dolphin left. I literally used my hydration to get this dolphin over, and they left. I don't know. What is this tail flip thing? Okay, they just they just did like a somersault in the water. We can also, I mean, this is one of those things that has always been in the game, but I always found it quite funny. You can call a rainstorm in the sim as well. You can sing a she shanty as well, which is just like a song, but because we got that siren thing, it's gonna sound really beautiful. Let's dive deeper. Have I done that yet? I don't know what oh, she just, no, get back in the water. So she is diving underwater. So there is a chance that she might find some stuff for us. I do know in the little video that they made that your sims can actually, like mermaids can find, like, oh, that's another thing I wanted to show you guys. Thank goodness I said that. So you guys know in Island Living how the whole thing is like cleaning up the island. Once you do like more of the conservation work, the island becomes more beautiful, like the coral reefs come back and there's less trash around the island. Well, it's in those little like fishing nets that like humans leave behind, like all this stuff. And there, give me 1 second. Illumination of darkness. Sienna was scoring the deepest depths of the ocean floor when she spotted a glowing object almost completely buried in the rocks. With curious caution, she dug it out and brushed off the slit. Realizing the object was a special kind of conch shell, it glowed with bioluminescence, and Sienna could feel a strong energy radiating from it. Perhaps she can take a closer look on land to see what other interesting properties it might have. See, we did find something, and here is that conch. We have 2 of them. We can summon a sea witch. We will not be doing in this video. I'm not dealing with the sea witch in this video. But when I'm trying to find one of those nets, oh, it's a turtle. Sorry, I love turtles. Okay, so I had to travel to another location, but I did find what I was looking for. It's these little human like wastes right here that your mermaids can actually click on and search for human stuff and find things that were left behind in the ocean. Also does clean it up, so you're technically, you know, improving the island as well. And what did she find? She found this is an old thing and covered in algae and smells like clams, but it sure is neat. Let me see what this looks like. Can I not place it? Oh no, here we go. So see, I know I can place it down. Oh, it's like a little lamp thing, little candle, but you can sell it for $50. That looks like a steal for me. There is another one over here we can search as well. So if you wanted to, you know, be like a little mermaid situation, you know, you could, oh, we got another one. How much is that going for? Still $50. You know, it's fine. I'll take it. I think there should be some more over here. Yeah, there's some over here. I'm sorry. I'm just curious as to see what all you can get with this. Did she really just take a boat over to the, wow. You're literally a mermaid. You don't need to swim over here. Okay, we got another one. It's still $50. Okay, well, I'm not going to do it anymore because I'm afraid we're still going to get the same thing over and over again, which would not be fun. But that is pretty much it to this little mod review. This is pretty much it to the mod review of the mermaid side. There is so much more you can do in this mod. I highly recommend going to check out the mod overview page. I've decided that I'll be doing a part 2 on the sea witches for Friday. I think it'll just kind of complete the mod. If I did both of them in one mod, it would be super long video. And kind of just wanted to focus on like the sim part and the mermaids part. Again, there's so much that you can explore within this mod, so download it, mess around with it. I just want to do a little mod review for you guys about this mod. Honestly, it adds so much more for your mermaids and occult. If you have an occult legacy, this is perfect to add into your game for that. But with that, I will end the video here. Thank you all so much for watching today's YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and comment your favorite part about this mod. And if you have any other mod suggestions, please let me know. I would love to read them and see what you guys would like me to review next. But if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all on Friday.